I finally just finished the All-Star Superman audiobook series, and you know what? It took a little bit getting used to, but I absolutely loved it. I adore the story of All-Star Superman, as do many Superman comic book fans. It's easily one of the most iconic and most loved stories for the character. This was a straight-up adaptation, but into a method and format that I don't recall has ever been done for Superman before. I admit it did take a little bit of getting used to. At first, you kind of find yourself getting used to all of the new voices attached to these characters, and personally, in places I found it sometimes hard to distinguish who was saying what, and honestly I did have to lean into my knowledge of the comic and the characters at the time to sort of work that out. But after a little bit I got it and no longer needed to do that. The voice actors were great, and that wasn't a dig at them, but this was just totally different to me to experience this comic in such a different format. Once you get through a chunk of it, you really do fall in love with the representations of these characters. One of my favourite representations was Leo Quintin, who indicated that the British pronounced Superman a certain way, and I can tell you now that is not true. It's just over 5 hours of content, and for such a story, it isn't too bad in terms of length, and the additional extras like the sound effects during the action sequences were so much fun and really added to the atmosphere and the stakes at hand. Sometimes I feel like it could have done with some additional narration to really talk you through some of those moments because you can't see them, and sometimes the grunts and noises left a little bit too much to the imagination. But overall, I really loved this adaptation of All-Star Superman. Hearing the voices of the characters really escalated the emotion of the story and brought it to life perfectly, and I really do hope that we get to see more adaptations of Superman comics in this way.